We're going to start out with our breathing. So go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable position wherever that is for you on your mat. I'm going to start in sitting, and just go ahead and let yourself relax into the position. Begin with a nice deep inhale through your nose. Take a nice full exhale out through your mouth and lips. And begin to just cycle through your breath. Nice and steadily try and match your inhales with your exhales. Take a couple more breaths here. And just begin to feel yourself warm up from the inside out. Let all of that tension out of your head and your neck and your shoulders, across your jawline and collarbones. Feel yourself breathing into the sides and the back of your rib cages as you open and you close up those rib cages. You're breathing three-dimensionally. And get a whole lot of good oxygen all the way down to the lowest lobes of your lungs. Take one nice big final concentrated breath here as we begin to warm up. And exhale it out, and then we're going to go ahead and lie down on our mats. Find ourselves in neutral spine together. So just find yourself to this parallel leg alignment. Let yourself melt into the mat. There's no rush to get there. Just feel yourself release into the floor. Let your tailbone grow heavy here. Let your rib cages melt down to the floor too. So there's just a little tiny space at the very bottom of your low back, just above your belt line, for a little bit of daylight to peek through. Otherwise, I want you to just stay open through the front of your head and neck and shoulders. You can even go palm up if you're feeling like you're tight across your collarbones. And then begin here with your imprint. Slide your ribs down towards your hips. And exhale, release back out to neutral. And use your breath to help guide you through this imprint and release. Finding yourself with all your vertebrae touching the mat and then creating that daylight again. And just work your way into it gently and slowly. Everybody's neutral is going to look and feel a little different, and so it might be something that takes a little bit more time for you to find that neutral for yourself. So don't try and force it. Just get to a comfortable spot where there's a little bit of a peephole, and then go ahead and imprint again. And use your inhales and your exhales here to guide you through this. However they fit into this imprint and release, that is just perfectly fine. Let's do 2 more. Good. And from here, let's go ahead and send your heels straight out along the mat. Let the heel slide. Open up and circle that leg around for a hip release. Stay in contact with the floor. So try and let your leg grow heavy into the ground here as you slide it away and open to circle around. And then let's reverse that. And send it away and pull that heel back in. And open and slide it around. And let that hip open up nice and wide for a release across your pelvis. Hold steady on the opposite side. Now go ahead and change sides. Slide it out. Open nice and wide. Circle around and come back on up. Again, staying in contact with the floor and your foot. Try not to hold it up in the air or create tension into that leg as you go around. Let's do 1 more here. Make sure you're breathing, and then go ahead and change directions. Inhales and exhales as you circle to lengthen and draw that heel back in. 2 more. And draw it in. Last one here. And draw it back in. Very good. Let's roll to our sides. We'll do our spinal rotation here. stacking up, hips, knees, and ankles. Take your time, reach to the ceiling for this first rotation. Look at your hand and then twist to open up. Keep those hips as stacked as possible. Reach it back up and come around. And inhale. And exhale, twist to open. Stretch out across your chest. Reach to the ceiling and then use your abs to bring you back around. And again, reach and open and reach and come around. Last time, twist it open. Get that rib cage spiraling around your spine. Follow with your head and eyes. And then let's change sides. So you always want to follow your spine. Go ahead and reach and open with your head and eyes, because you want to continue whatever you're doing at the lower end of your spine all the way up to the top. You don't want to leave your head behind. And reach it up and rotate around. Let that head sit heavy on the mat though. Just spiral through your spine, up through the top of your head. And one more time, reach it up and rotate to open. Reach and bring those ribs around. And then let's come on to hands and knees. We're gonna do our cat-cow here. Start with everything lined up, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You're gonna always begin from tail to head to round, and then send those sit bones out behind you, lengthen your spine, and bring your head up onto your shoulders. Again, the head always follows what the rest of the spine is doing. So here we're rounded like a C, and when we go to lengthen and straighten the spine to neutral, your head comes just right up so that you're looking at your fingertips. And again, we round, pull your belly button deep into your center of your stomach. Lengthen out, send those sit bones away, stabilize those shoulder blades on your chest wall. And again, round it out, head follows the tail, and then send your sits away, and head follows the tail. 2 more. And exhale. And again, breathe however it works for you with this. Just make sure you're breathing. And exhale. And then let's rock and weight shift to the right. Bring your hips and pelvis as close to the right edge of the mat, even over the edge a little bit. Come through your center and rock those hips and weight shift to the left. So all of your weight is coming through the center evenly. Now we're really putting a lot of extra weight over here. Think about 75% to the right side. We go 50-50, and now we're going 75 over to the left side. Good, one more time, rock it through. Right side heavy. Even it out, and left side heavy. And come to your center. Now step your knees back just a little bit, and let's go ahead and bring your hips down towards the floor, lifting your chest through your shoulders and your eyes and head to lengthen out the whole front line of your body. And then push your tush to your heels and lengthen out the whole back line of your upper body. And then let's rock forward. Give it a sec there to stretch and open, and rock back. And give it a sec here to stretch and open. And let's do a couple more. Front line opens. Then it's the back line. Good. One more time. And then we go back one more time. Very close to our shell stretch. We're gonna come to hands and knees, and we're gonna alternate straight leg lifts. Just send that leg straight out. Reach to stretch. Hold your belly button straight down to the floor. So that's not rotating. Think about your hips like the headlights on your car. So they shouldn't be moving around. The beam should be pointed straight down to the floor, and reach to stretch. Give it that 1 second hold here. So your brain has a chance to catch up with your body and stretch. Now let's add an arm. Get that whole line, right to left and left to right. Support with your abs. Keep that back nice and straight and reach. Get long. Don't worry about lifting real high. Get long from fingertip to toes. One more. Reach and reach. And then let's go ahead, reach your right leg up. And let's hold it here in circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Draw it in. Change sides. Reach it out in circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. Let's come down to our mat again. Let's go ahead and lay down in our neutral spine. Line up your feet parallel distance apart. Find your heavy tailbone and check in with your neutral spine. So from here, we're going to imprint and continue to peel our way up onto our shoulder blades. Make sure your weight's on the blades and not onto the back of your neck. You take an inhale at the top. Your glutes are wrapped up underneath you. And then slowly, especially on this first one, touch your way down through your spine. Go right down the center of your spine. Notice where it feels a little sticky or a little different from right to left. And roll through your imprint and release yourself out to neutral. And then again, inhale, exhale to come up. Take your time rolling and touching your spine down one vertebrae at a time, straight down the middle. Roll through your imprint and find your neutral. And again, inhale, exhale. Scoop to peel your way up. Use your abs. Shrink up your waistline. Grab your inhale at the top. And slow roll your way back down. Take your time. Touch your way. And when it feels like it's really challenging, slow it down even more and find your way through each vertebrae of your spine. That creates a lot of work for your abdominals, so take your time, scoop, heel, and lift your way up again. Grab your inhale. Watch that your rib cage is not flaring or popping. Stay connected in the front. And then slowly roll your way back down. We're going to do this one more time. It just feels really important today to do this on a Monday when it's raining, to get ourselves articulating. I don't know if it's raining in Chicago, but it's raining in Detroit. Again. Roll it down. Go through your spine. And come on back down. Good job, you guys. All right, let's grab our foam rollers. I think today is a great day to get up on this foam roll and work out a weekend of fun. So let's get ourselves onto the roller. Let's roll it down the length of our spine so that we're split right down the right and the left, 50-50. Grab your hand weights if you have them close by. If you don't have either of these things, it doesn't matter. Just follow along. We can do this without any of this stuff. You're going to take your hands. You're going to scoop through your underarms and reach to the ceiling. So 2 inches to scoop and reach. And scoop and reach. Good. So you feel your shoulder blades come apart on your chest wall as you reach through your underarms and along your rib cages right here. And then you bring your shoulder blades back together. Scoop to reach. Blades come together. And scoop to reach and together. Feel the blades wrapping around the dome of the foam. And do 2 more. feel a little tap going into that area between your shoulder blades. And from here, let's go arm scissors and center. So we do a pulse, pulse. We come and meet up in the middle and switch sides. And pulse, pulse, center. Good, just nice and easy. Time your hands so they have a 1 second hello in the middle, and then switch sides. Good. Now here's a great place to check in with your rib cage. Make sure it's melted down to the roller or to the floor. Stay connected through the front. So again, you're not feeling yourself popping or flaring your rib cage open to get your arms higher. And if you can only go so high with your hands and that's it, then that's it and it's okay. So let's scissor it out a couple more times on each side. One more here. Center. Center. From here with your thumbs up, come up overhead. Connect through that rib cage. Open, slowly come around as slowly as you can. Palms up to the ceiling and catch that nice big chest stretch and come around to your sides. So you inhale, thumbs come up. You exhale, palms to the ceiling. You pull down and around through the pinky side of your hand. Inhale up and exhale, open and circle your way around. And inhale and exhale. Chest stretch as you come around. It's already feeling better than the first time. Come through and around, and now reverse it. With your palms up, come up and around with your thumbs to the top, and then pull your pinkies back down. Good. Come up and around, and pull those pinkies back down. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, last one, and come back around. Excellent. Now go ahead from here and let yourself put the balls to the side, and we're gonna do a little dead bug. We're gonna just start with our hands on the floor and alternate some knee lifts here, and then we're gonna add an opposite arm lift. Good. And bring it up and up. Left and right and left. And then if you feel ready, you can go ahead and not hold on at all to the floor. Just keep a fingertip close by for some balance, and reach, and reach, and reach. And let's go 4 and 3, last 2 and 1. Good job. And then let's just go ahead and get rid of that foam roller for now. Just set it aside, but keep it close by. And we're gonna go into our ab prep. So you're seated, but you're not on your sits, you're just behind them. We've got our mummy arms, and we're gonna take our nose dive. So your arms are stacked, but stable at the shoulders. We're gonna roll back. We're gonna rock forward, take a nose dive. You're literally nose between knees. Set up your arms and roll it back again. Just the low back touches. Rock it forward, set it up. Roll it back, rock it forward, set up your mummy arms, and pull down on your underarms so your shoulders are not up by your earlobes as you go into the next roll back. Roll it back, rock it forward, set up those shoulders, stabilize, and go right into the next one. Eyes straight out in front of you. And let's go 3 and 2. Use those abs to bring you back up. And last one, and when we roll down here, just keep on going all the way down to the floor. So now we're stretched out, straight legs and straight arms. And you're gonna reach to the ceiling, nod your chin, fold up, nose to knees, fold forward over your thighs, and reach to your toes. And then you're gonna roll all the way back down to your mat. Head comes down too, and hands go overhead. And again, we reach to the ceiling, nod your chin, peel your way up, and take a forward fold, reach to your toes. Now don't sit up, just peel your way right back down through the the center of your spine and roll your way back down, hands overhead. Check on those rib cages. Exhale to peel and reach. Inhale, exhale to roll your way back down. And again, begin with your inhale, nod your chin. Reach forward. Slowly roll your way back down. One more. Hands overhead to ceiling. Peel and reach. Peel it down. Roll all the way down and just bring your hands down to your side here. So we're going to go ahead and keep one leg straight. The other leg comes up into the air for our leg circles. So you can go bent. You can go partially bent like myself. And if you have nice flexible hamstrings, you can go straight. And let's circle. Out and around. Come out and around. And then swipe across the midline. Nice big full circles here. Come around and back up again. And then reverse it. Come across your midline. Reach down and back up again. Inhale, exhale. 2 more on this leg. And last one. And come on back up and set that leg down and go ahead and switch sides. So we come out and across for 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and change. Come across and out for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Perfect. Set that foot right back down again. I'm going to have you guys bring one leg up at a time. And we're going to go into our tabletop and get ready to do our 100. Okay? So reach to your sides. We're going to work on those big arms again. Fold forward at your waist. Reach through your fingertips. And let's start here. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 10, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 20. Abs, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reach, 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 40. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and next, 2, 3, 4, 50. Inner thighs. And out, 2, 3, 4, 60. Big arms. And out, 2, 3, 4, 70. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 80. Abs, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 90. Last 10. And out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Just slowly bring them in. Set your head down, grab a hold of your knees, and then go ahead and set down one leg at a time. We're going to flip over to our stomach here. So we're going to get you on the mat with your hip bones pressed into the mat. Hands are just a little bit wider than the mat and shoulder distance apart. And you're going to go ahead from here, press through the heels of your hand and lift up to the bottom rib angle and come on back down to hover. As you press up, inhale. As you come back down, exhale. Really stretch and reach through your legs here. Push those hip bones into the floor. Neutralize your low back. So you feel that glute wrapping together at the midline so that your low back is not taking any pressure. This is a mid-back exercise. And let's go 4. And inhale 3. Good. Again, your head is following your spine. Last 2. And 1. Excellent. Take your hands, go hand over hand here. Put your forehead down, bend your knees, open them up wide to the side, and click your heels together and toes apart. From here, lift your belly button off the floor and squeeze your heels together for a 1, 2, 3, and release. And 1, 2, 3, release. So you should feel yourself pushing your hip bones into the floor and release You should feel yourself dimpling your glutes together, wrapping them in towards the midline. Release. Your heels are squeezing together as your knees stay wide. And then just relax any tension you might be feeling up by your shoulders and your head and your neck. Good. And let's do 3 more. And squeeze to release. And squeeze to release. Now send those legs straight out. And let's stay right here with our head resting on our forearms and alternate straight leg lifts. Push your hip bones into the floor. Squeeze to lift. Feel yourself pinning those hip bones to the floor. So when you go to lift, you're getting a nice big stretch across the front of your hip creases and your thighs. Good. Keep that low back neutral. Feel yourself pushing those hips into the floor. Let's do 1 more on each leg. And then take yourself, push back into your shell stretch here. Heels. So your tush sits on top of them. Reach through your fingertips. Really stretch your way out from the tips of your fingers all the way down to your tush. We're stretching out the whole back line of your body, really from your waist to your fingertips. And then let's thread your right arm under your left underarm and turn and look that way. Look through to your fingers and stretch to reach that hand through. Feel that stretch across the mid-back to your right shoulder blade. And then switch sides. Thread the left under your right underarm and look through. Turn your head. Reach through your fingertips. Feel that stretch across from the spine to your left shoulder blade. And then come on back to your center. And then bring yourself back up tall to sitting. And we're going to come around, regroup in the mat, facing forward. You're going to send your legs straight out in front of you. You can find your sit bones by pulling your cheeks out from underneath you. And if you need to bend your knees just a little bit because you have a little tighter hamstrings, that's okay. Or you can prop up with a pillow beneath you. Now, I'm going to grab my weighted balls. If you have them close, grab them. If not, just bring your palms facing up and we're going to twist. And we're going to rotate, 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 come to center. And then switch sides. Just nice and easy in these first few twists. Keep your hips steady. So again, you're thinking about your hip bones in the front like the headlights of your car, and they should continue to point straight in front of you. And you're spiraling up tall from your rib angles to the top of your head. But your base, your foundation, your pelvis, your hips, and your legs stay static in one place. And we pulse. 2, 3. Inhale to center, chest comes up, and we switch. 2, 3. And each time you go, try and dig a little farther into your twist as your head looks to the side. 2, 3. Tall. And 1, 2, 3. Good. One more time here. And 1, 2, 3. Grow tall. And 1, 2, 3. And grow tall. Perfect. Let's go ahead and roll back down to our mat. You're going to bring one leg up at a time into your tabletop. Imprint your spine. And we're going to work on our abs. Let's start with our single leg stretch. So you're going to reach and reach. Right arm goes long, then left arm goes long, and then you pick it up. And let's go 4 and 3. Straight, strong legs. Make them reach. 2 and 1. You come to your center, your hands go behind your head, and then we rotate. Really extend through the legs and bring the rib cage around to rotate. Last 4 and 3. Take your time. Last 2 and 1. Keep the elbows wide. Come to center. Grab your knees. You're going to go ahead and reach, and then swim your palms around. Reach and reach. Eyes go up. Eyes to knees. Eyes look at your toes. Pull them to your knees. And let's go 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Come to your center. Grab one leg. Let the other leg go long. Scissors. And we pulse, pulse. Deepen your imprint. Pull that belly button to the center of your stomach. Straight legs. Lots of energy down the front and the back. Good. Let's do 2 more. Pulse, pulse. Give it a pull. Come to your center. Let your head down. Let your ankles crisscross. Stay in your imprint here and bump your butt up from the floor. Good. So the knees are going up to the ceiling, not so much over the head. Knees to ceiling. Pick up your tush. Use your abs, deepen your imprint, and lift it up. And then change your crisscross at your ankles. Squeeze your inner thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab your knees and pull yourself up to sitting. You're going to go ahead from here and round out like a ball. Your feet come together. You're going to wrap your hands between your legs and around the outsides of your ankles. And we are going to find ourselves seated behind your sit bones. Pull your belly button into the center of your stomach. You're going to roll back and forth. We're going to roll like a ball here. Balance and go to the next one. Good. Use your breath to get you to balance. Roll back and forth. Nice and easy when you come forward. Don't throw your weight too hard. Find your balance. And let's go 4, right down the middle. 3, squeeze your feet together. Exhale. 2 and 1. And come on back up. Perfect. Go ahead and set your feet down. And let's flip over to our stomach again. So from here, we're going to go ahead and do our single leg kick. Hands are stacked. Head is on our hands. We're going to pulse, pulse, send it up. So it's a point, flex, point to finish. Hip bones into the mat. Point it out. Pulse, pulse, point it out. Lift your abs. Pretend like the mat is warm under your stomach. Pull your belly button off the floor. Shrink up that waistline. And stretch it out. Slow it down. Slow it down. So you're setting that foot down. You're not just letting it whip to the floor. Set it down. Pulse, pulse. Set it down. Pulse, pulse. One more time. Set it down. Pulse, pulse. Set it down. Now take your hands to the side of your mat. Keep your hip bones into the mat and press up for your swan dive. So now your eyes should be maybe 6 to 12 inches in front of your mat. And come back all the way down and back up again. Inhale. And you can walk your hands in and out from your body. Bring them closer to you if you want to go higher. Or walk them farther away from you if you don't want to come up quite so high. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. Come on down. And last 1. And come on down. And then again, let's push back into our shelf stretch. Maybe let your knees open up a little bit wider this time. Reach through your fingertips. Stretch out as you push the weight of your tush into your heels. You can let your forehead rest on the floor. Take a couple deep inhale, exhales. Feel yourself pull in from your belly button. And then let's go ahead and lay down on our sides. Let's stretch out nice and long here on our mats. Let your head rest. Your ear should be on your upper arm. When you look down the line of your body, you really shouldn't see your feet. Stabilize with your top arm here. Pull that shoulder down. And then we're going to bring this foot up. We're going to kick forward for 2 and then stretch back for 1. So it's a pulse, pulse. Stretch it back, hold your body still, so slow it down if you need to, and stretch it back. So we're getting a little stretch through the hamstring, and now the hip flexor. Kick forward for 2, send it back, shrink wrap that waistline. So now you have a little bit of a mouse hole between you and the floor along the side body, between rib and hip. Stretch it back. Pulse, pulse, stretch it back. 2 more. Pulse, pulse, stretch it back. Last time. Pulse, pulse, stretch it back. Good. Now stack up those legs and let's point and flex. And point to lift and flex to lower. You only have to lift a little bit higher than hip height because you don't want to have any shrinking and growing along the side of your body. You're not an accordion, and so you don't want to feel yourself opening and closing. Keep your side body long, and then bring it down. Lift and lower, and lift and lower. 2 more. Point, flex, point, flex. Bring it up and circle. Forward, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold it, bring the bottom up, and bring them down. Good, so it's lift, squeeze to meet, bring them down together. Stabilize that top shoulder. Squeeze to meet, get those heels to touch, not just the toes, and lift. Squeeze to meet, and lower. Inhale, exhale. For 3, and 2, bring them down slowly together, and 1, good, keep them together, and lift them up, 2, squeeze your inner thighs, 4, keep those side body open, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, good, nice job. You can go ahead, give that cheek a little rub, side of the IT, and then let's switch sides. So we're gonna head on over, stretch it out nice and long on the opposite side here. Stack everything up again so that when you look down the line, you don't really see your feet. Eyes straight out in front of you and stabilize this top shoulder. We're gonna come up and we're gonna do a kick forward, and a nice 1 pointed back. Pulse it forward and kick it back. It's pulse, pulse, kick it back, pulse, pulse, kick it back. Good. Take your time, hold your body still. Even if you have to do a little work with this upper body to keep you steady, try not to let yourself bend or extend in your spine. Keep yourself neutral. Think about your heavy tailbone here. And let's do 2. And last 1. And kick it back. Good. And then we're going to stretch it out again. And we're going to point and flex. Good. Now stay open through your waist here. So right where my hand is, don't shrink up between rib and hip. Stay long and open. Point and flex. And point and flex. for 3, and 2, and 1. And then we're going to bring it back up and circle for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then squeeze to meet and bring them down. So it's up, squeeze, bring them down, up, squeeze, heel to heel. Remember, get those heels to touch if you can. Get that bottom leg lifted, inner thigh. Come on down together slowly. And let's go 5 and 4. Eyes out in front of you for 3, 2, last one. Bring them down together. Now get yourself long again and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then the opposite leg. Give it a little rub in the center of your cheek. Send some love down the side of your IT band. And then let's turn around, a big turn, face the front of our mats again. Find your sit bones. Send your legs straight out in front of you. We're going to go ahead and take our arms straight out in front. We're up seated against a wall. We have an imaginary wall behind us. We're going to start from our head and peel ourselves off the wall and reach to our toes. And then we're gonna stack ourselves back up tall. Now I want your feet flexed so your toes are up to the ceiling. We've got our mummy arms. Shoulder blades are pulled down so you engage along the side body. And then reach through your underarms to get your your fingertips nice and long. Come back up and peel it down. And reach. 2, 3, peel back up tall onto that imaginary wall, and again, peel it down and reach. 2, 3. Stack it up. Couple more. Now when you go to reach, pull your belly button deep into the center of your stomach and stack it up one more time. You should feel this behind the back of your legs too. 2, 3. Stack it up. Let's go into our saw. So we're going to crisscross and reach. 2, 3, back pinky up, picture center, and reach. 2, 3, center it up, and switch. 2, 3, sawing through your first 2 toes, and reach. 2, 3, your eye line is going to the knee, and reach. 2, 3, get long from fingertip to fingertip, and reach. 2, 3, come up tall, lift your chest. Lift your chest. One more time. And saw. 2, 3, stack it up. And saw. 2, 3, and stack it up again. Very good. Let's go ahead and come around to our hands and knees. You're going to curl your toes up underneath you, and we're going to work on our knee lift. So you're going to come up, just lift the knees and set them down, okay? We're going to just hold our neutral and hover, and hold our neutral and hover. So you're not changing your spine at all. You're just coming up, setting them down, coming up, and touch. And 5, and 4, last 3, and 2, and 1. Now let's send our legs out to a plank and stay nice and low here. I want you to stay in your plank. Get your hips so that you have a straight diagonal line from the back of your head down through your hips to your heels. And then I want you to weight shift your right hip to the right edge of your mat, and then your left to your left. So we're going to shift as if you're going to reach your hip bone to the floor. Just small ones. We'll build on this into the floor. And we reach to center. Keep your inner thighs connected. Come down and down. Your elbow can bend a little bit. One more time. Center, center. Now come to your plank. Eyes out in front of your fingertips and hold it. 8, abs lifted. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And set a knee down and set the opposite knee down. Woo, good job. That looked great. So let's come back around here. We are going to come to sit on our sit bones. Pull your cheeks out from underneath you. I want you to bring your hands behind your head here. We're going to do our neck pull. So your feet are hip distance apart. We roll back, just low back. We take our nose dive, but this time we stack up tall. Unlike our ab prep, we go back. We come forward. Keep your feet on the mat. Come tall through your chest to the ceiling, and then roll back again. And rock forward. Take your time with this. Don't rush through. Make sure that your form is quality over quantity, because this is going to really pay off benefits through your abs and your core strength if you do this correctly. Roll back. Keep your feet grounded. Nose dive. Stack it up. Roll it back. Nose dive. Stack it up last time. Roll back. Round it forward and stack it up. Good. And then we'll roll back to the mat. Nice and slowly to the floor. Arms go overhead. We'll start our teaser prep. Reach to the ceiling, nod your chin. Roll forward. Now stay round through here, the low back to hip angle, but lift your chest and arms and head and eyes, and then roll yourself back down nice and slowly. So what you're looking for here is a round low back and a straight lifted chest. So your round low back, straight lifted chest, and then imprint and roll your way back down. Good. Reach, nod, peel, rounded low back, straight lifted chest, and roll your way back down. Good, you guys. Let's do 3 more. Let's practice this form of getting this lift, even though our low back stays rounded, with our feet on the floor, and then we'll work to bringing our feet off the floor. Good. One more time. We reach, we peel. You lift your chest, and then roll your way back down. And then line up your feet hip distance. Find your neutral spine. See if you can find your hip bones level and even here. Okay, take the heels of your hands, dig into your hip bones, and see if things feel a little bit different than they did when we first started. So I want you to think in your head right now. We're laying down, and you do this often standing, but I want you to think about having a center in your head, a center in your rib cage, and a center in your pelvis. And I want you to sort of move like they're building blocks so that the center in your head sits over the center in your rib cage, and then they sit over the center of your pelvis. So pick a point to start with. Maybe it's your pelvis because we're grounded, and sort of shift from side to side. We say like left to right or laterally, and put your centers, build up from the pelvis to the rib cage to the head. Put your centers stacked right down the middle so they sit directly on top of each other. And then from here, while trying to maintain what you just did in resting, I want you to lift your hips up. And again, find what you feel is like the center of your pelvis and your rib cage and your head. And then set your hips back down. Now, maybe let's keep lifting and lowering like that. Maybe if I were to look at you, your idea of what's centered isn't exactly centered, but it doesn't matter right now. It's just your perception right now of how do we stack our building blocks, either from top to bottom or bottom to top, so that the centers sit directly on top of each other. And you can think about that. That's why I'm going on and on about this. When we go from a laying down position, where it's a little easier to maneuver all this, once you go up to stand and you're going against gravity, it's a little bit more challenging. You could even put yourself in a mirror. I know that that is not always the most desirable thing for everyone, and you could see if you have those centers and building blocks seemingly stacked up, and set it down. And lift and lower. One more time. Lift and lower. Good. Walk your legs up. Walk your hands up your legs, excuse me. Let's go back to our rolling like a ball. Okay, but this time we're going to add in the claps. So we're going to be seals. When you go back, clap, 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 and up. Clap, clap, clap. And back, clap, 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 and up. Nice and easy. So we 3 claps and 3 claps. And 3 claps. Back 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and up 2, 3. And back 2, 3, and up 2, 3. 2 more, and back 2, 3, and up 2, 3. Last time, back 2, 3, and up 2, 3. Nice, good job. Let's send our legs out straight in front of us. Let's bring your right sole of your foot into the inner left thigh. Left toes up to the ceiling. And let's just pull ourselves nose to knees. Draw in your belly button here. Over that left knee. You can reach for the ball of your left foot. And let's just hold it. Let's not pulse or bounce. Let's just reach to stretch. Hold it here. Take a few more inhale, exhales. Feel those sit bones still in your butt. You don't want to be sitting behind them. Come up, heel yourself up nice and slowly. And then let's change out our legs. Send your right leg straight. Left sole of foot to right inner thigh. You're going to fold forward, pull your belly button in, and reach for your toes. And this can absolutely feel different from side to side. Make sure you're on your sits. Draw your belly button in deeply. Keep the toes to the ceiling. See if you can grab your sole or somewhere nearby. See if you can get that big toe. Take a few more inhale, exhales. One more. And then slowly roll your way up. Bring your left foot on the outside of your right knee. Get up nice and tall here. Okay, so this is the one we were talking about last week. You want to get out of your turtle shell. You're going to take your hand and rotate to the left. Take your elbow and put it on the outside of your left knee. And from here, grow up from the ground. Grow up through your chest, not just your head or your chin or your eyes, your chest bone. Bring that center of your rib cage up to the ceiling. Bring it up and hold it here. You may feel a nice big stretch across your left cheek here too. Chest comes up from the ground. 3, 2, 1. Let's unwind slowly and carefully. Send the left leg out. Right foot on the outer border of the left knee. Again, come up from the ground, hand to floor. Bring your elbow around and then come around. Give a little bit of pressure from your elbow into the outside of your right knee. to give you a little bit more twist and come up tall. And now you may feel a stretch coming across right through this portion of your cheek there, where all those deep rotators of your hips sit. And they like to get tight when we sit a lot. So it's this chest bone that comes up right here, that center of your rib cage. And let's go 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's do one more stretch here. Let's do our mermaid. So you're going to go ahead and side sweep your legs either direction, whatever feels good to start. One hand to the floor. We're going to come up and over and reach. Now get that side body open. Reach to the ceiling. Take your time with that. Each way. Stop to reach and then come on over. When you stop to reach here at the top, don't just whip through it because it's setting you up for the next stretch right here. Lengthen and then pull yourself over, and you'll feel that much more opening happening between that rib and that hip. Reach to the ceiling. Come on down. Last time, we'll switch legs and go to the other side. Reach it out. Come on up and down. And let's just flip-flop our legs. Good. Hand to the floor. Get your big reach. Set it up to lengthen. And then come on over. Come on up. Hand to shin. Now set up that reach so you can pull yourself over. Woo. Come on up and down. One more time. This is it. You guys did amazing today on a Monday. It's already a better day. Come on up. Don't forget that breath. And then you have that breath all day long today. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your workout today.